Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
gracious! I'm gonna quit muting myself. I wanted to see if you guys were awake this morning. That's all. How many lip readers? Well, we got our chat rate up. Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I just need to come here and make you guys figure out what I'm saying. Maybe that's what we need to do. So, wow, I don't even remember what I just said. So let's start from the beginning, shall we? Okay, I'm Bullhorn Betty. This is the true crime. This is the Bullhorn Betty show. We cover true crime. We're covering the case of Kada Scott. We're going to have a few other cases to go over this morning. First, we're going to get updated on Tyler Robinson, and that's with Charlie Kirk. You know, the reason why I'm shadow banned on this platform. Charlie Kirk. And then we're going to get into Austin Drummond, and I found the mother lode on Kada Scott. We heard she was an entrepreneur. I can never say that word, right? But I didn't know. She's kind of voguing. Yes, folks. She's voguing. Hey, Barry, Happy, Oakley, Cynthia. It's nice to see you, Valerie. I just need to be muted. That's all I need to do. We'll get the chat up. Everybody's yelling at me. We even had the trolls in here saying, Betty, you're muted. We can't clip you if you're muted. We can't make fun of you if you're muted. Well, I was saying, Miss Robin, that I see that we have a little Jack's birthday. Wanted to say happy early birthday to little Jack. I see that Melanie's here, and Melanie did that. I went over the cards. All right, so we have four designations in cards. Okay, and we got 1 through 4. So you get to pick 1 through 4. You get the badass, you get the inner peace, or the encouragement. Or if you want all the above. This is 6 cards. If you do that, if you do all the above, we pull 6 cards. The rest of them are 5 cards. It's the only one you get the 6 cards with. Because there's six selections, and I'm not going to pick what selections you need to choose from. I'm just going to pick one from the top and read it, and it's going to inspire you. I just know it. I just know it's going to inspire you. So we found quite a bit about Kada Scott. I've been doing some sleuthing, folks. I've been sleuthing. Let me get past all you guys. All you guys are muted. I said good morning to everybody. If you guys were wondering what I was doing, I was going through here and saying good morning to everybody. So if you missed your good morning, well, you'll never know if I called your name. Melanie wants all the above. Okay, let's get Melanie. Melanie's first. Let's do Melanie. All the above. All right. So while you're waiting, we're going to do all the above. Let's see what we got here. We're not going to shuffle these because they're coming straight out of the box. Let me just get, we're going to put them in our 6 sections. So we're going to do 1. This is self-love. 2 is motivation. 3 is confidence. Maybe I should be doing it like, hold on, this. Okay. Feel stuck. So we got to feel stuck, and then I got to put them all back in these orders too. Feel sad, and lastly, feel anxious. So those are our categories. We're going to pull 1 card from each. This is for you, Melanie. This is for you. So every act of self-care is a dedication to love for yourself. So you have to have dedication of self-care. You're going to persist and learn until you succeed. Ooh, I like that. You value yourself, so set the value high. You don't need to have it all figured out. I like that. You don't need to, I think that needs to be the mantra, did I say that right, mantra, of the Bullhorn Betty channel. I think that needs to be it. You don't have to have it all figured out. I love that. Your sadness does not define you. It encourages you to take care of yourself. Oh, I like that. Your sadness doesn't define you. It encourages you to take care of yourself. I'm still in bed. It's raining here. Nobody's going to judge you, alcoholic. Nobody's going to judge you. You trust yourself to navigate through this. Ooh, I like it. I like it. I like it. We've got Lisa B. always. All right. Let me get these things. I got to put these things in order. This is going to be a little harder to kind of navigate here. We might have to do this a little different. Let me move my coffee cup out the way. Let me move the coffee cup out the way. Okay. So we're going to do 6. Okay. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I almost gave you a few of those 5s. I think we'll do the bottom one. That's the one it touched. And then 6. Ooh, let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. Oh, Vicky coming in next. You got to tell me which one you want, though, Vicky. Vicky, which one do you want? We got 1, 2, or 3. Badass, inner peace, encouragement, or all the above. All right. Self-love empowers you to be your best version every single day. Ooh, I like that one. I like that one. Let me read that again so Lisa B always can hear that. Oh, I love this one. Self-love empowers you to be your best version every single day. Okay, we'll do all the above. Okay, perfect. You're confident in your skills and gifts, which you have. Ooh, I like that. These are encouragements. You have the strength to overcome any setbacks. Ooh, you're strong, you're powerful, you're brave. You trust that you're being led toward growth and purpose. Ooh, I love that. You are being led toward growth and purpose. You definitely are. You trust that life has beauty even in difficult moments. Ooh. You trust that life has beauty in difficult moments. So, encourage yourself to see the beauty. This feeling is only temporary. So, if you're struggling with anxiousness, be assured it is only temporary. I love that. I love that. Good morning. And Vicky says she wants all the above too. Okay, let me do 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that was easy. 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so let's read. Your heart and mind are open to new adventures. Ooh, we got an adventurer. Sounds like you might have some adventures ahead. Progress is to make small steps toward big goals. Ooh, are you having some stuff going on, Vicky? Huh? Are you at crossroads? It's okay to leave your comfort zone. Ooh, I'm seeing something positive here. It looks like Vicky's being called. I think her karma is calling her to expand her horizons. You release self-doubt and trust your journey. I am loving this for you. I am loving this for you. This darkness won't last forever. I love that. And you're enough just as you are. You love and accept yourself. You forgive yourself and you let go. I see some journeys ahead for Vicky. I think you need to expand your horizons. I think you're getting signs to expand your horizons. Go on the journey. Vicky, what journey are you going on? Maybe you don't know which one it is yet. But I'm going to tell you. Do it. Don't say no. Say yes. Say yes. It's telling you to say yes. Your cosmic is telling you to say yes to whatever your journey says. I'm in a very dark place. I'm in a very dark place for a while. Well, it's telling you to move out of it. I don't know what. I'm just telling you. Those were some pretty strong cards there. We're not into tarot and stuff. We're into reading positivity. But 6 cards. 6 cards were addressed right to you, Vicky. And it had a message. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Oh, I love that. I love that. All right, guys. We'll move these over here. Let me get these, because I want to put them back in order. We have, the categories and such. So let me just keep moving these. Hold on a second. Get them put back. And then we'll have to shuffle them tomorrow. But since it's a new deck, we might as well go through the deck at least once, right? At least once. I love it. I do. I think it was positive. I love the stuff that encourages. I want encouragement. Damn it. It's what I want when I want it, and I want it now. I'm just joking. Sometimes we can be 2-year-olds over here, too. But don't worry, Alcoholic's in bed in her pajamas while it's raining. Okay, we're all good here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. I'm just saying. We're all walking in. Except Alcoholics. Alcoholics kind of like... Wake up! Ding, 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 ding! It's time to get up! No. Get yourself some coffee, damn it! Patience is taught through endurance, in my opinion. Betty, you should pick a card for yourself. Okay, you know what? I will. I'm going to go for encouragement. I'm going to shuffle these because I already played with them a little bit. I like these encouragement ones. So let me shuffle these encouragement ones up, and let me pull. I'll pull 2 for myself. Okay, we'll do 1, 2. These are the 2 I'm pulling, and it says. I like your face. I like your face. Okay, that was funny. Work hard, play hard. I don't play. I work hard, but I don't play hard. I just work. But there it is. But I like your face. Okay, well that made my day. I was curious. For a little bit, was I the only one? No, apparently the cards love my face too. Okay, well now we know. We've got a fan. Folks. We got a fan. It's called the Bloom Encouragement cards. It's in black and white. I showed the receipts. Even the damn cards love Bullhorn Betty. What's there not to love? What are we gonna do here on the Bullhorn Betty channel? I got no words. Well, it's nice to see you. We kind of started off to a rocky start. I was a mute there for the beginning of the show. Many people were like, "There's no way Bullhorn Betty's this quiet, right? We're the noisiest channel on the streets of YouTube. Like, how could I be so quiet?" So we realized that was muted after about 5 minutes of intro. We realized that was muted. Then we dive into the cards. I love the cards. We're going to get to the other ones. We've got inner peace. I think I got the encouragement, but we got inner peace. I don't know what's in here. We got 60. We got 60 cards in this one. So I guess over time we will find out. Robin says 87,537 minutes to be exact. Okay. But who's counting, right? All right, guys, so we're going to go over Tyler Robinson. This is very quickly. We don't really need a whole lot going on with this guy here. I'm just going to run through the stuff. I'm not going to spend a whole mess of time on it. There's no need to. It's so stupid, right? It's so stupid. So this is Tyler Robinson. He is the person that's accused of assassinating Charlie Kirk, which I knew. Very, very upsetting for me. I even went out to the memorial. You guys knew I was there. I was inside the State Farm Stadium with 100,000 other people singing, songs and uniting and praying over our country and the world at large. But this guy, is facing the death penalty for his acts of pure terror in our country. leaving 2 beautiful children orphaned, and then exposing some of the most disgusting, vile people around the world and in our own country, and people that live next to us. Just disgusting, putrid behavior that's just pure evil. Pure evil. Amelia can't say it quick enough. Pure evil. And it wasn't just him. It exposed a lot. But this case here, it went before a judge, but it's not for what you guys might think. It's not for anything related to the Charlie Kirk case other than to find out whether this guy could wear street clothes in court. There was a whole, news cycle on whether he can wear street clothes to court. I was ready to come out yesterday and probably should have. I probably should have before the actual, order was in. But of course they're going to let him wear street clothes. It is not national news. It's not breaking news whether or not Tyler Robinson is going to go into court in street clothes or not. For the courts at this point in America not to allow somebody to be in street clothes is going to set it up for an appeal. Right off the bat. We ain't doing it. Why this was so, of course he's going to be in street clothes. Of course he is, okay? I literally can't. And I was reading they're going to court. I was reading some of these things. They're going to court today and they're going to find out whether or not he's going to be in street clothes. And I'm like, really? This is news? This is what we call news? This is what I don't like about mainstream media. Why don't they come out and say, we feel that at this point that if the judge said no, that he would probably appeal this, instead of acting so freaking shocked. Oh my God, is he going to be able to wear street clothes? Of course he is! So what did the judge order? The judge ordered that he can wear street clothes into court. Well, duh, okay? But apparently you have to ask that stuff to the courts. This needs to be standard stuff. This is a waste of courts' times and procedures. We just need to make it standard across the board. When you're going to court, you can wear street clothes unless there are extenuating circumstances. Period. Just write it into the damn statute. Be done with it. Save taxpayers and the courts' times and resources. Of course they're wearing street clothes. I believe they deserve to wear street clothes. But it's so, at this point, it's like, of course, it's a common practice at this point. Why are we not making a statute for it and keeping it out of the courts? You know what I'm saying? This is, I'm always about, is this proper? You guys know me. I don't want our government spending money and wasting taxpayers' money on stupid crap, right? If we know that something is a given, okay? Let's say street clothes. Unless there are some major extenuating circumstances, let's be honest, they're going to be in street clothes. I don't see a judge turning that down. Why don't we just make a statute that they can be in street clothes unless there are extenuating circumstances? Then they're only going to court over those extenuating circumstances versus whether they're allowed to wear the clothes or not. You see what I'm saying? Tit for tat, I don't know. It seems stupid. Not to, to me, it just seems stupid to have to go to the court to ask whether or not the person can wear street clothes to their trial. I think that it should be a given. Yes, of course, they're going to be able to wear street clothes. Okay, guys, and then we're going to dive into Kada Scott. That's where you guys all are. We found some good stuff on Kada Scott, okay? I found her social medias. Okay, I found all of her social medias. And so far, I haven't seen anybody go over these yet on YouTube or abroad. So I am very excited that I get to showcase these. I didn't know who Kada, we knew who Kada was. She seemed like a good girl, right? She seemed like she was very smart. She went to Penn State. She had a bright future. She just needed money. She needed to get through, paying off her school. She was doing everything right. She was a 23-year-old. Is 23-year-olds going to sneak out and meet boyfriends? Of course they are. That was my very first thought, right? What's wrong with the orange jumpsuit? He's in jail. Because in all fairness, Barry, they're not convicted. That's the problem. They're only been accused. And I'm sorry, I do believe that they should be afforded. They haven't been found guilty in a court of law. Public opinion, I'm part of public opinion, okay? I slam I take a bus and I don't even run over them anymore. I just pick the bus up and just beat the crap out of them, just start slinging the bus around. But in the reality of things, I still am, I believe in the law. And you guys know that. I love the law. I believe in the law. I know the law is not perfect, but it's what we've got. It's what's been working. And it's what I trust, right? So I believe that these folks have not been convicted. And that's the caveat for me, okay? For Bullhorn Betty, it's the fact that these folks have not been convicted in a court of law. Therefore, they should not be in a jumpsuit. Now, also, not only that, psychologically, in my opinion, and again, I want bad guys in jail. So I'm telling you guys this as frankly as possible, okay? I judge people each and every day. You guys watch me. I'll look at somebody and I don't like them. All right? I got no reason to say that other than I looked at somebody and I made a judgment, right? So whenever you have a court hearing, you need it to be a fair trial. Again, I believe in the process. And I feel that when you look at somebody like we've got here, Austin Drummond, look at him. He looks like a convict, right? He looks like a bad dude. Why? He's in a bulletproof vest. He's in an orange suit. Right off the rip, I think he's guilty. I don't know the details of the case. I just know this guy is guilty. I use my gut instinct instead of my brain cells, right? We like our gut instincts to get us out of bad problems. We like our gut instincts working for us, right? But what we don't like doing is allowing our gut instincts to override factual information, right? Because we have facts. They can only prove so much. If they cannot prove their case, again, this is nothing more than a prosecution problem. They're the ones required to prove their case. But as a jury, seeing somebody like we're looking at in this image, I naturally assume he's guilty, okay? That's why it's so important to have those street clothes, at least from my perspective. I think the street clothes are very important to a fair trial. That's why I think it should be ingrained in a statute as opposed to having to go and ask the courts. It should be a given. Courts should allow them to be in street clothes. They have not been convicted of these crimes. I think seeing them in street clothes, does it change and alter their appearance of way they are? Yes, it does. Could it be a way of swaying the jury for the defense? Yes, it could be. But in all fairness, it is worth the risk because let's face it, we have people that are thugs, right? That don't own a suit, that only own, pants that drop down to their freaking knees with their ass hanging out and walking around like they're too cool, Well, even those people, when they go in, what do they go in? They have suits and ties, and they look definitely different than what they really look like out there in the streets. So it could persuade a jury to think that they're somebody that they're not as well. But at the end of the day, they have that right. And I believe in that right. So that's just in my opinion, very happy. That's why it is important for them to be in the street clothes as opposed to the orange jumpsuit. Just from my perspective, and not only that, but there's just been too many appeals that have been brought about over this subject that it should be a given. It should be in a statute, and that's what I try to limit. You guys know anything when we come to these cases and stuff like that. One of the reasons why I like the tough attorneys for the defense attorneys, even though we make fun of them, we laugh at them, we call them funny names, especially in trial and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we like that because we know that limits the appeals that they can have later down the road. Jury will eventually get to see the evidence and make decisions on that. Yeah, exactly. But I think that initial shock of somebody, it needs to either be everybody in orange jumpsuits or everybody in street clothes. I think that it's unfair that some can have street clothes and some can't. I think it needs to be street clothes unless there are considerable exceptions to that. Like the person has hidden stuff or has stabbed somebody or has been unruly or has caused, problems in the court proceedings. Now, if that's the case, then you can use that. start taking away their personal items, such as being able to wear street clothes to their court hearing as a form of punishment, like grounding a kid. Sometimes you need to do that. I am absolutely on board with that, but I think that they are entitled at minimum, especially in capital crimes, not to be in jumpsuits. I think that it's a disservice to the whole process to have the suspect in a jumpsuit identifying him as the suspect. I'm sorry, it's just how I feel. Now, am I right or wrong? I don't know. I'm not going to say one way or another, but that's just my opinion. Now, he can say the juries, he's something in a special category and drag a fury, something like that. I agree with the street clothes, because if one of them is actually not guilty, they do not deserve the negative judgment. Exactly. And we don't know whether they're truthful. There has been, let's face it, there has been some overzealous prosecutions in our modern time. A good example is Karen Reed. Karen Reed should be in jail, in my opinion. I believe she hit her fiance or her significant other. I believe she did that. I believe that she got pissed off. She was intoxicated. She backed into him and didn't realize it, which could happen, right? I do believe she did that. But because they were so overzealous, because they didn't really like her, because they knew that he was having problems with her before this happened, the police did a disservice to the case by trying to make this more than what it was, and then equally the prosecution making it more than it was. At the end of the day, it was a DUI with fatality. That's the way it should have been charged. Had it been charged a vehicle homicide or DUI with fatality, she would have spent some significant time behind bars, because I truly believe that was the appropriate charge. They tried to get her for second-degree murder, okay? That was over-prosecuting. That was being overzealous. That was over-prosecuting, and you know what? She walked. She walked twice because of it. She walked twice because of it. Oh, that's so sweet. That is so sweet. Well, we know somebody is a miserable libtard. We know somebody's a miserable libtard this morning.
Sneaky gremlins love to fight, but we're here to set it right. Jump and duck, let's take a shot, turning trolls into what they're not. Whack a troll, let 'em tumble, let 'em roll. Swing your spatula or a stick, whack 'em fast, whack 'em quick.
What is that? I don't know her case, BHB. I don't know her case. Which cards do you want? You got another set of cards. I'm gonna pick them out, because I want to find out what's the effing inner peace about. So I'm doing 5 cards. I'm doing 5 cards of inner peace. Let's see what the inner peace is about. I'm picking them for you. Vicky. You can blame me later. So we're gonna pulling them out of the middle of the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5. And this has bad language to it, and I believe that Sonia is going to beat me up, but it's inner effing peace. So inner blessed peace is what we're going to refer. Pick a card, any card. Oakley says. Let's see. We're doing this. Let's see what we got here. Embrace your tiny inner Buddha. Awaken to tiny, beautiful things every blessed turn. Every blessed turn. We got to be careful with those words. Why does everything in blue is being see-through? I guess that's what it is. Should I be reading this? Should I be reading it the one way or the other way? Let's read it this way. So it says, keep your word. And it says, something so right about. So right about that. Something so right about that. Keep your word. Didn't quite get that one. That's a little weird. It says, show up and throw it down. Don't phone it in. So it does go backwards. Okay, so I had it right. Get your quick fix. Addicted to inner peace. These are kind of like, I don't know, they got like, tie-dye on them. I think they're kind of hippie cards. Should we call them hippie cards? I feel like they're hippie cards. Okay. Find your new normal, Vicky. Find your new normal. Take off the shit-colored glasses. You can't make this up. Take off your shit-colored glasses. See in a different color, Vicky. You've been getting a lot of it, and I'm telling you, there's something with these cards. There's something with these cards. There's something with them. That's the problem. That's been your problem, Vicky. You got the wrong colored glasses on. Ditch those glasses. Glasses is making your view look not so good. That's been your problem the whole time. Who knew? All you needed to do was come to the Bullhorn Betty channel. We'll fix you up and send you right on out. We got what it takes. It's Tap Dancer Liz up in the house. It's nice to see you, Love Bug. I hope you're doing well. Oh, good gracious. What are we doing here? All right, guys. So this is Austin Drummond. He unalived 4 family members. Well, kind of, sort of. So he was in prison. His girlfriend was a prison guard. He was treated like a king inside the jail. He had a real racket going on. He was able to have telephones, alcohol, food delivery, TVs, on-demand TV shows. I mean, something straight out of, a movie, like a prison movie. Like, that this kind of stuff doesn't actually happen in prisons. Well, it does. And Austin Drummond is proof of that. And so he ends up getting out, getting this woman pregnant. And then when he's out, he ends up unaliving almost her entire family. Unalives her sister, her nephew, and her niece, and her niece's boyfriend. The only survivor of this family was an infant. He didn't unalive the infant, but he took the family out. And then his girlfriend wanted to have contact with him after he just did that to her family. Just bizarre stuff, right? But this actual hearing had nothing to do with the homicide charges. If you guys remember, one of the things that we were so angry about with this case was this man should have never been let out of prison. This has been the major call on this channel. It's like every single case that we have been covering here lately should never have been out of jail. Yet they were, and they were able to commit a homicide. Okay? This man had an attempted murder charge against him while he was in prison. Yes, he got a firearm inside the prison while he was a prisoner. Contraband like that. That is nuts. He had a firearm in prison as a prisoner. And he tried to unalive one of his cellmates. And instead of them revoking his bond, charging him, no, his other charges from his teenage years were coming due, so they couldn't keep him in jail anymore. Instead of revoking his bond, they let him go. And he commits a quadruple homicide after he's already being charged and going through the court processes for an attempted murder charge while in prison. Make that make sense. Keon King should have never been out to commit that crime. Jake Haro should have never been out to commit that crime. I could literally go on and on and on about our criminal justice system, and this is from red states, this is from blue states. It doesn't matter what state it's from. There is an era where we have a bunch of shitty-ass judges that should be literally ripped off the benches and thrown in jail for what they have done to the community. They should be in prison as accessories to before the fact and after the fact. These judges, they should be in prison right next to these criminals because they allow these criminals to carry out these horrendous acts against law-abiding citizens for no other purpose than they could do it. That's all the judges care about. Political correctness. They don't care about your life. They don't care about my life. They will only care if it affects their life. They would only care if it was their child, their grandchild. And some of them have been bitten, right? Their policies have come back and bit them where they've lost people that they love. And you'll find out how quickly their stance changes. I've seen it myself. So let's listen to this. Oh, YouTuber gifted a Bullhorn Betty membership. If you received your Bullhorn Betty membership, don't forget to tell YouTuber thank you. And who got it? Shelly. Shelly, welcome to this crazy family we call the Coffee Club, i.e. the Insane Asylum. Grab your straight jacket in your padded room and welcome aboard. It's nice to see you. Thank you for that gift. Well, ladies, you are all... Sometimes we are. It depends on the day. Sometimes I can be, real. Just depends. Depends on what side of the bed did Betty wake up on. Did she wake up on the good side of bed or the poor side of the bed? I don't know. We have to wait until she turns on the cameras, and we have to see what we got in our future. We're gonna have a small little advertisement.
Optimize service of process for your team. Manage service end to end in a single platform. Secure a qualified.
Drummond, the accused killer of 4 family members in.
I could have, found it probably on YouTube, but why?
Drummond, the accused killer of 4 family members in Lake County, will be moved to a prison within the Department of Corrections ahead of his trial on May 7th. Good evening, I'm Joyce Peterson.
And I'm Joy Redmond. Drummond appeared inside a Tiptonville courtroom today on unrelated charges he's facing before he was released from prison. Action News 5's Michaela Redmond has more from the courthouse.
Inside the courthouse, Judge Mark Hayes said Drummond's behavior has created problems at the Obion County Jail that now demands law enforcement to deal with and tolerate. Hayes also stated Drummond had quite the audacity to oppose being moved following his actions.
He's had some disciplinary issues with possession of Suboxone strips while in jail, which is a Schedule III narcotic in Tennessee, or a Schedule III controlled substance. He's also had some issues with covering his cell door with various things, paper and feces.
Following testimony Monday afternoon, the court found that Drummond poses a significant behavioral and security risk. Judge Hayes stated he will be moved to a prison within the Department of Corrections until his trial on May 7th of 2026, but the exact prison is still unknown. Drummond was in court for unrelated charges to the homicide of 4 family members in Tiptonville. He was sentenced to 10 years in 2014, but racked up multiple additional charges while in lockup for drugs, weapons, and even attempted murder.
He shouldn't have been out of jail. 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 People lost their lives. A baby lost her parents and her grandma, all in one fell swoop because of these justice systems, these judges that don't play the tape through and think that these animals can somehow be rehabilitated. Once you go too far, you're done, son. And we all know it. There's no playing patty cake with these animals.
You may remember this video showing Drummond involved in a full-on brawl inside the common area of the Northwest Correctional Complex in the months leading up to his release. Prosecutors say he tried to kill a fellow inmate by repeatedly attacking the man with what appears to be a weapon. The state filed a motion to transfer Drummond, and his defense attorney, Drew Farmer, says they now have to decide if they are going to appeal the judge's decision.
Someone who's a pretrial inmate who's presumed innocent and has not been found guilty by a jury. Nobody from the Department of Corrections came to court today. Nobody from the Department of Corrections has been able to tell us where they're taking our client, and nobody has been able to tell us how far away that the facility might be.
And Farmer says that creates a lot of challenges for Drummond's defense team as they prepare for 2 upcoming trials next year. Those trials include the quadruple homicide and bringing in contraband. Drummond will be back in court next month with the co-defendant for the fight in the correctional facility. Reporting in Lake County, Michaela Redmond, Action News 5.
He is facing the death penalty from everything that I understand. So Drummond moved to custody of the Department of Tennessee Corrections. Again, it's been very upsetting for the attorney, as you guys can imagine, because of the fact that they don't know how this is going to affect their ultimate, I don't need to go over that. Their ultimate case, because he's got to be able to be spoken with. He's got to be able to aid in his defense. And depending on where he is, that's going to make it a little more difficult for law enforcement to handle. So I appreciate you guys allowing me to bend your ear as we go through these cases, and I want to hone in on this case. I know we were going to be talking a little bit, and we will go through the case of Lily and Jack Sullivan. We had some stuff that I wanted to listen to last night that we couldn't hear very well that I'm going to put on this show later today. Probably our evening show, I'll do it from the office here so we can, figure all of that out. But long story short is I came across, we had a hard time finding Kada Scott's social medias. We had a hard time finding anything about Kada Scott. We learned early on that she was a Penn State graduate before her abduction on October 4th, 2025 of this year. We heard that she was a Penn State graduate, that she was an entrepreneurial, I can't ever say it, entrepreneur, you guys know what I'm trying to say. I'm going to have to say, we're going to have to listen to it. I don't know why, that's the one word I can't seem to speak. I know I'm going to learn the word. I don't know why. I used to be able to say it, and then all of a sudden, I just don't know how to say it anymore. But long story short, we didn't know what that had to do with, but we knew that she was working at this assisted living facility during the midnight shift, and that was to help pay for her college while she was building her business. But we never heard about what her business was. We never heard about what she was interested in, or, what she... sounds like you're saying cow manure. I know. It just drives me nuts. I can't say the damn word. Oh, good gracious. I'm not smarter than a 5th grader. I'm just not. I try every day. So, she should be alive. There's no doubt about it. But we never heard about it. And then I come across her stuff because I was doing, her research. I was trying to figure out Keon King. I was trying to find an angle that we could have a discussion that nobody was talking about when it came entrepreneurial. That was probably the closest I've got to it so far, YouTubers. So thank you for that. Entrepreneurial. Okay, entrepreneurial. Maybe I'll get that. Entrepreneur. Okay, that's better. Thank you. Entrepreneur. I'm getting it. Okay. They're probably going to clip this and make fun of me. I can handle it. I got thick skin. You know what? I cannot stand making a mistake on the words. But anyways, my cheeks are starting to hurt. I'm smiling so much. How do you spell it? Don't get me started. Fedora, that's not fair. That's just not fair. Entrepreneur. Gubernatorial. I can do that one. It's the entrepreneur. I think the Sue's one is going to get me. I think I'm going to get through with that one. That was much easier. Newer. Entrepreneur. I think I got it now. Entrepreneur. There we go. All right. Let's give it up. Yes. Hallelujah. I told you prayers can move mountains. I told you. Okay. Is that French? I don't know. Entrepreneur. Okay, there we go. So I never had an idea of what it was, but during my my research today, I was going down my investigative backgrounds, okay? And part of my investigative background brought me to a filing, okay? And this is where it was all kicked off. I realized in the history report of Kada Scott, that there is a business registered to her that was opened in 2024. I never knew this. And so then goes my research, right? Is this a company she worked for? Is this a company that she owns herself? And so this is kind of where the start of my journey began this morning into what entrepreneur business she was in. And now you guys are kind of getting an idea. Now you're understanding why I got the background that I've got. Why is it Vogue? It's because she is associated. Let me make sure this is... Okay, so she is associated with jewelry, clothing, all that stuff, right? So now we've got clothing. If you guys can see here, let me see if I can scroll this up so you guys can see her pad. Let me adjust that. You guys can see that pretty good. So she has clothing designs. I didn't know that. That makes sense to me. So she had, and some pretty cool stuff too, folks, And you know who she reminds me of a little bit, in part? Do you guys remember Whitney Decker? She lost her 3 beautiful daughters to her mentally unstable ex-husband. That's kind of where that kind of reminds me of. But she actually was pretty good with this. Let me exit out of this. Where is it? I mean, she had some style. She had some ideas on, glam and stuff like that. So she was working towards something, something big. And she did have some talent in this, folks. She did. So this is where this new photo came from, as you guys can see here. I wanted you guys to listen to this because I also found her YouTube channel. I haven't seen this, and I thought maybe you guys would like to see a little more about her and what she does. So here we go.
People die. Relationships fall apart. The best we can do is breathe and reboot.
There must have been an angel by my side. Hi, everybody. My name is Kada, and I don't know what type of content I want to do yet. I think I want to do lifestyle, fashion, and girl talks. But this is what I'm wearing for today. This is pretty sundress. And also I'm pairing it with these pretty purple glasses. Other one. But this is so pretty. It's my favorite one. This is a size 8 and it's kind of loose. So yeah, but I'm keeping this on. I don't care. But this is my outfit the other day. Really cute, really classy, sundress vibe, summer vibe. I don't know what bag I'm gonna wear with this, but the sun is still out, so I still wanna go. So yeah, I'm gonna just take it with me. We're gonna figure it out. Okay guys, so I decided I'm just gonna walk downtown. Downtown walking is about 10 minutes. I hate walking, but I don't want to call it Uber. I've been calling Ubers for the past week handling business. So I have to be financially responsible. I'm pretty much just going outside to look pretty. I might go to a cafe and just be productive. I do want to make my thumbnails and stuff for YouTube because I'm getting back into YouTube. I want to make my summer plan and my education plan and stuff like that.
Smart girl.
Yeah, I'm gonna just take it with me. We're gonna see what the day brings us, but I honestly don't even know if I'm gonna make this a daily vlog yet or a weekly vlog, monthly vlog. I don't know yet, but I just want to start being consistent. So just start this journey.
Just starting to dream. She's starting to dream. She wants more. She has beautiful. Exactly the real Me Too. She had goals. She was trying to figure out what to do with herself. She was on the right track, folks. You know, this is not a situation where we're dealing with somebody like Savannah Soto. You know, no offense. We don't believe in violence whatsoever, but Savannah Soto and Matthew Guerra put themselves in some pretty particular situations, you know, with folks. And, you know, she, like I said, when I first started learning about Kada, one thing that was very notable to me is that she really wasn't with the shenanigans. And so it was hard for me to believe that she knew this Keon King. And by the way, Keon King is not even from Philadelphia. He moved there. He moved there, I think, from Maryland. We're going to get into his background as well because, you know, it doesn't seem like he's from the area. A lot of people didn't know who he really was prior to. Does he have other stuff of where he used to live? Was he the thug back there, or did he wait until he got over here? You know, what is the dynamic here? Who is his family? How did we get here? You know, is really my question. And so we're diving into all of that. I've got a lot of information on the Kada Scott case. And again, these are just some of the stuff that I found with my sleuthing today. And we went a little deep because I couldn't find anything on her. And so when I did start, you know, when I finally found something, a little nibble, then I started following it and following it and following it. And now I found a lot of different things. Beautiful woman. She's so sweet. She's just so sweet. She you know, you're watching her just in this little bit of a clip. You're watching her talking about her future. And to think where we are today and it's all snuffed away. It's hard. It's hard to watch. It's hard.
Rodney, what's up? We about to go to the club. No, but we about to go to the club soon. This is my outfit of the day. Cute little bow bag, wet t-shirt, black shorts, black heels, jewelry. You already know, bust down ring, French tip on the nose, and necklaces, yeah. And right now we about to we already drunk a little bit. But now we about to leave, honestly, about to go to the club, so yeah. I'm gonna see you up here. And how it goes.
Okay, we can't have all of that music. Let's just see where we go from here.
And y'all probably like, she's trying to do a picnic where it is. Whoa, where I live, we have this nice area and you can pretty much do whatever you want. You can have a little picnic, you can sightsee, go to the museum, take pictures, see the not waterfall, but water fountain. So I decided, I'm okay, like, I know there's flowers and stuff over there, so let me see if I can find a rose and take pretty pictures. So that's why I dressed like this today. Yeah, I took a couple cute pictures, but I feel like
Sounds like she, you know what, just like her personality, you know who she reminds me of? I mean, she's a little more spicy, but a lot of her personality, getting out, wanting to go to the museums, thinking of museums, being smart, you know, chasing her dreams. It's Olivia, you know? Like, I see a lot of Olivia in the determination of this young girl, you know, just how she kind of carries herself and her future, her dreams, you know, because Olivia is so talented and so smart. This young lady here looks very talented in fashion. I mean, she knows how to put stuff together. She knows what colors work well. She knows how to wear clothes, you know. Olivia, on the other hand, she's very artistic when it comes to video editing and some of the clever stuff that she's able to do. You know, it's talent. It's talent. These girls got talent.
I could do better, but it's because like it's so windy out here, and my camera is having a hard time focusing. So yeah, but since I look so pretty today, I'm definitely gonna get a good picture for sure. I need a picture that's like the one, like y'all know how females we just need like the one picture. So I don't know. I took a couple, but they okay. But these are my rainbow French tip.
Okay, let me pull it back just a little bit. Let me find something else. Very beautiful young lady. You know, she was she loved fashion. She loved showing off fashion. Yeah, I can't play that. That's too much. And then we have some other stuff like where she's working. Hold on, let me show this. Oh, it doesn't have, I don't know if it has.
This is Kata, beautiful picture that she's doing.
So even her family at a young age, and look at what she's doing at such a young age. Her family knew she was going to be successful in the fashion industry, in my opinion, because she showed interest in it at such a young age. Such a young age. Such a young age. We have any more? Just had these. Yeah, she just had the top part of this. Dad, burn it. It's starting to irritate me every time I frickin'. Okay, there we go. There's all of her stuff right there. Just pretty. Just you know, pretty girl. Just a pretty girl, and it just seems so sad. But you guys got to watch her, you know. You guys got to watch the her just have a day. And I don't think people realize what they truly stole, because again, this girl was she was about, let me see if I can play the, yeah, I can't play some of this stuff on here because she's got music behind it. Here we go. We can go back. Here we go.
And it was a baby pink and hot pink, so I'm sure it has the name on it, so I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, with all that music, I can do like a couple seconds of it, but that's about it. So this is basically, we can play it without the music, but this is her making something in the stove. But she seems like she had a very normal upbringing, you know, lived where she lived in an environment where she was supported by her family. it sounds like. It sounds like her mom supported her dreams. Sounded like her father supported her dreams. It sounds like a lot of people supported Kada's dreams, and she wanted to, she had a portfolio of, is it this one? Portfolio of designs right here. A portfolio of designs. Sorry, let me get this. God bless it. Right there. She was very talented. She was very, very talented. Let me see if I can blow this up even more. There we go. And you can see the different designs that she had, she was going to be doing. Jealousy, she had her head on her shoulders. Yeah, alcoholic. I can definitely say that, some of this behavior is without a doubt, in my opinion, jealousy. I think a lot of it, even that one girl that didn't want to talk about her friend, Keon and all this other stuff, that Gabby chick, I think everybody was very, very jealous of this young lady, It sounds like I said, she lived in a good middle class area, in my opinion, of Philly. It wasn't ran down. That there was a girl that walked around this community. This girl showed where Kada lived off of Rodney. Oh yeah, getting back. Let me hold on a second. Let me open this back up real quick. There we go. And then I'll bring this down and take this off. I learned a lot about Keon as well. So let me go through some of the stuff with Keon. I learned that Keon is not from PA. He's just not. He's originally from, there's only been 2 places he's ever lived that I can locate a property for. And one is Dover, Delaware. Excuse me, I thought it was Massachusetts or something, but it's Dover, Delaware. He came from Delaware and moved to Pennsylvania. I don't know when the family did. It looked like they recently moved. I'm not sure exactly when they moved. Actually, let me pull this report up and see if I can make a determination. Give me a second. Let me see. So it looks like his father's name is Carl King. It looks like they may have, nope, his seller owner. So his father sold a property in 2024, March 2024. It looks like they purchased it. It looks like his dad and mom purchased it. So Raylonda King and Carl King appear to be the owners of the property on Durham. Carl King should have done a better job parenting, in my opinion. Well, it sounds like they haven't lived here very long. Let me look at the other property. Let me look at Dover. Maybe I can make heads or tails of Dover, the Dover property, and see when they've, because I'd have to assume if they own a property in PA, they probably had to sell their property. So it looks like even the house, guys, is like $300,000 house. Okay, we're not talking about chump change here. So it sounds like even Keon King's family was a decent, good family. Where did Keon, go so wrong? Was he police chief? I don't know. We have a name now. I guess we can do some research on Dad to find that out at this point now. And his name's Carl with a K, not a C. It looks like his name's Carl with a K. K-A-R-L. King, K-I-N-G. And it looks like Rolanda and... Okay, so it does look like, and their assessed value is $500,000 for their Delaware property. So, I mean, you're talking about mommy and daddy having some money, okay? On both sides. You know, I don't know if Kada's family, you know, owns their house or if they're renting or if they've rented for a while, but it sounds like Kada lived in that property off of Rodney for a significant amount of time. It seems like that's her upbringing. That's where she was born. So her parents may have bought that house. Is in the case, I think. I don't know. I just know that mom's name is Raylonda, Raylonda King. And that his dad's name is Carl with a K, J King. And I don't know what they're doing, but they've got money. These people, Keon didn't come from a street life. I just want to be very, very clear. None of these kids, Keon nor Kada, came from street life. Okay, these were good people living in middle class areas. Kada didn't seem like she was with the shenanigans. You guys saw her. She had her eye on the prize. She had a future. She wanted her future. She wanted to claim her future. Keon, it sounds like he was a rich boy that wanted to be a thug. That's what it sounds like to me. Now we understand why Keon was able to come up with $20,000 so quickly. It could have very well been his thug life, but let's be honest with you. I mean, his family sold a house in Delaware for over $500,000. So he's not coming from no money. He's not coming from dirt floor poor. He's not coming from substance abuse thug parents. He's coming from good, upstanding family members. You know, these people are good, solid people, it appears. Trust me, it's hard. Anybody that can afford a $600,000 house, you know, is pretty middle class to me. Okay? That means the parents get up every day and work their ass off to provide for their family and their children. And we got a mommy and a daddy in both of these families, okay? In both of these families. So this case should not be here. We should have a completely yes. It sure sounds like we got a two-parent home in both of these cases. Like, we should not be here. Statistics tell us that this should not be a case that we're covering. What went wrong and why is Keon King? But you know what? I do have to throw this out there. I have to throw this out there, and Carl can be mad at me all he wants, but let me just break it down to you like this. Guys that come from homes that aren't abusive to women don't become abusive themselves. It's very rare. Does it happen? Of course it happens, but it's still very rare. Okay? You have a man that is abusive to a woman. There are two things that are going on here, okay? And this is Psychology 101. A man that has respect for women, that means he has a great relationship with his mom, don't typically have problems beating on women. Now, when you have a man that's beating on a woman or being violent with a woman, typically those activities are born at the house. So it makes me wonder, is his father verbally or physically abusive to his mother? Or is his mother a floozy or something? Not saying she is. I'm just throwing this out there. I don't want people writing me and saying that this woman is a Christian lady and is the pastor of the church. I'm just throwing stuff out there. There's got to be a reason why this young boy that comes from what appears to be a decent home can hurt and abuse women. Those are taught behaviors. No father that doesn't believe in hitting women that sees his son abuse a woman, that doesn't go out there and punish his son for abusing women, tells me that there's something more going on. Oh, we got some good news here. It looks like I sent a picture to Andrea. She has permission for me to share it with mods. No social media pics allowed due to daughter's job. Okay, perfect. Perfect. It looks like we have a new bullhorn in the house. We have a new bullhorn in the house. It's a girl, folks. It's a girl. It's official. It's official. Well, the good news is we can always look at the brighter side of things, Dee. Right? We can always look at the brighter. At least you don't have to worry about being peed in the face, right? Those little boys. Those little boys. At least you missed the fountain. You missed the fountain. At least a few of them. I'm just saying. We always look at the brighter side of things. We always look at the brighter side of things here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. I'm just saying. No face pee for D. Yay! Yay! Gina H. Hi, did you discuss Texana? Just coming in. Huh? I don't know what you mean. I'm crying with joy. Oh, I bet you are. I bet you are. Well, congratulations. We love you. Give that baby girl a bunch of hugs and kisses. And I pity the fool that ever hurts a hair on that precious baby girl's head. They'll have a whole SWAT of people. 5 pounds, 19 inches long. Congratulations. I think we all love babies. We all love babies. Oh, was this case dropped? Did we, maybe that's what it is. So, Gina, yeah, drop us some intel. I know I did not hear it. I have not had an opportunity. I worked literally all day yesterday. I did 3 shows. So, and I was supposed to do 2 videos, but I'm just, it's been a little while since we've flexed muscles like that. It's been almost a year. When Sebastian's case first started is when we worked around the clock like I'm doing right now. But I definitely would like to hear some more information. Good morning, Gina, by the way. Let's see what we got here. Court yesterday, she choked on the stand and was dropped of course, because she's a lion. She's a lion. She's lying. She's lying. That lady told another girl that she wanted to get close enough to me so she could hit me and say I hit her. That woman is nuts. And let me tell you, at this point, now that I know that, I'm going to say this loud and clear. If Texana comes within an arm's reach, I'm laying the bitch out. Okay? Because she already said she wanted to hurt me. Anytime she's within an arm's length of me, I'm going to think she's trying to hurt me. We have her on camera. We have her saying it. We have her admitting it. She comes near me. I'm not playing with her. I fear for my safety. I'm laying the old cow out. Okay? I'm just going to let you know. So law enforcement, wherever I'm at, if I got to take a walk, I'm going to take the perp walk. But at the end of the day, you keep that bee away from this one. That's all I got to say. She's a stalker. She's a liar. And she is a piece of... Just saying. So congratulations, Seth. I'm glad to hear that. But I will tell you, if you think you're going, and this goes for anybody, you think you're going to come up and put your hands on me, I will tell you I will tango with you. I have put grown men on their ass. Okay? If you don't believe me, go check my record. Okay? I don't see any woman's name on any of those reports. You don't want to come and put your hands on me. Okay, law enforcement here in my county, if I'm in a meeting and I show my ass in a county, they will come and ask me to leave. They won't. My own law enforcement knows not to put their hands on me. Unless I'm breaking the law, they know not to touch me. Okay? So if my own law enforcement in my own county knows not to put their hands on me unless I'm breaking the law, what do you think I'm going to do to you? She went up there to cause problems with Seth. She went up there to cause problems with me. When she was told, when we said we're not going to play, she wanted to go and cause even more. She is a disgusting, psychotic, vile human being. And let me tell you something, lady. Don't ever come where I'm at. Don't ever come within 5 feet of me. Because you've already said enough. You've already said you wanted to hurt me. I'm not going to give you an opportunity. That gives me an opportunity to now defend myself against you. So please, by all means, stay the fuck in Texas. That's a $10 super chat if somebody would like to donate, and I will read. We'll read affirmations of a badass. We'll pull 10 cards. We'll pull 10 of them. Whoever's going to sponsor the F-bomb. We'll pull 10 of them, okay? I'm just saying, Cupcake. So anyways, it does appear that Keon's family is, they're not idiots, okay? They're not idiots. Don't mess with short. I'm telling you. That's why I don't like short people in office. Everybody thinks I'm crazy, okay? Everybody thinks I'm crazy, but in all fairness, I'm a very particular person, and I'm straight across the board, okay? I don't like short people in our politics, and I don't like a lot of women in our politics. Like, it takes a certain kind of woman to be a governor, okay? And trust me, I have not seen a governor yet that I like that's a woman, okay? And people are like, oh my God, that's so sexist. No, it's not. No, it's not. I believe women can do a lot, but women are by design nurturing, okay? There's only a few women that can compartmentalize that need to nurture, okay? And so that is the reason why I don't believe women should be in places of power, because they're too easily swayed and or manipulated because they're nurturers and they have emotions, a lot more emotions than a man. It's not. It's a double-edged sword, in my opinion, okay? Sorry, not sorry. It's a double-edged sword. So you can say I'm sexist, and I'll own it. In part, I guess I am, because I don't think that women should be in every job. And that's not going to change, okay? I'm just speaking for me. I'm not speaking for anybody in my chat. This is just for me. And I don't know. But short people and women in powerful positions don't always work well. Period. And I'm a short person, okay? I'm 5 foot nothing, okay? I got a little junk in my badunky dunk, okay? That's it. That's it. I don't even think I said that right. my badonky donk. There we go. My badonky donk, okay? But I don't think it goes with junk, okay? I got some junk in my trunk, okay? I got a little jello in my jiggle, okay? I'm just saying. We ain't skinning bones over here, okay? I got a little handles to hold on to for the love of everything holy. So I'm short. I don't want to be in a place of position. Now, could I be a governor? Yes. Why? Because I don't really care about people's feelings. I got the X factor of non-emotion. The one thing I do not have is emotion. Am I an emotional person? I am. But I know how to put that right into a closet, shut the door, and put a deadbolt on it to get my job done. Right? And that's what I want from women, and not too many women can do that, and that's why I say. So in all fairness, I say that people short, I'm short, and women, I'm a woman, shouldn't be in many of the jobs. So I'm talking about, theoretically, my own self, that I don't feel that even as strong and strong-willed as I am as a female, there are some jobs that I don't think that I should be in, whether I qualify for those jobs or not. Okay? When it comes to women and children, I like, but would that sway my decision overall? No, because my decision is very clear. Is this the government's job to provide or not? It's very simple. A lot of the stuff that our government is now saying that we as taxpayers need to pay for is not up to the government. And that's where my problem lies. That's what I want out of the government. I want to shrink our government. I want people to pay for them. In my county, we give people free things to do on the weekends. That is not my government's responsibility. It is not for our taxpayers in this county to give families things to do on the weekend for free. That is not my job. It's not where our taxpayer money should go, yet we are doing it. This is outside of what the government was designed for. That, to me, is waste, fraud, and abuse. Waste, fraud, and abuse. But what we have here with Kada Scott and this whole situation is I don't think that the community really respects the law enforcement in this community. And I don't think that they respect the DA. We have Krasner, which is also the same DA on Ellen Greenberg. Okay. We heard early on in the Kada Scott case that they were cussing out law enforcement and the DA's office. Law enforcement and the DA's office. And I was trying, because, you know, Krasner came up and he took ownership in it. And I was very appreciative of that because we don't hear that from law enforcement. So I gave him credit, some street cred, okay? And then I find out a little more about Krasner, and then we apply that to our Ellen Greenberg case, and now I don't like Krasner, right? I don't like Krasner at all. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Michelle gifted a Bullhorn Betty membership, and look who got it. Gina H. Thank you, Gina H., for that breaking news this morning. You deserve this gifted membership, so thank you, Michelle, for giving it. Welcome to the family, Gina. This crazy family we call the Coffee Club, i.e. the Insane Asylum. Grab your straight jacket in your padded room and welcome aboard. And that is exactly it. That brings me full circle to what I was about to say. Is now we have Phil Dugan. He's running for the DA in PA. Okay? If you are in PA, if you are in Philadelphia, vote for Phil. Listen, we got you guys. The work for Kada is underway. We need the entire Philly's help for Ellen Greenberg. What happened? This could have happened to Kada too, if it wasn't for her family, right? If it wasn't for her strong-willed family coming hell or high water to save their baby. They knew something was wrong. Nobody else was believing them. They kept pushing. Something broke. Law enforcement took the case more seriously. Bada bing, bada boom. Within 14 days, we have a man in jail for her homicide. Now flip that to the white guy, okay? And I hate bringing out, I don't think in 2025 it should be a black or white thing, right? But you're looking at two similar cases, in part not, because one was clearly, like, how the hell is this lady stabbing herself in the back of the head? It doesn't make sense. But you have two cases, one's a black woman and one's a white woman, right? And I'm sorry we have to break it down like that. I don't like doing that on this show, but I'll do whatever I have to do for pressure, to apply pressure to any case. I just want to let you know that. You guys know me. You guys know where I come from, and you know how I roll. Anything to get attention is what I'm going to do. And I'm sorry, but there is a definitely a color issue here, where one guy can allegedly stab the shit out of his girlfriend, his fiance, and get away with it. Meanwhile, we didn't even know about Keon King or Kada even speaking, and let alone we have him in jail and her solved. How can we not have Ellen Greenberg solved? How can we not have Ellen Greenberg solved? Oh, that's right, because it was a rich white boy that most likely murdered her. Got it. That's right. That's right, the have and have nots. I forgot about that. I forgot about the have and have nots, alive and well. And Pennsylvania, under Josh Shapiro's leadership, he's got to go too, by the way. Your governor's got to go. It's time to clean house, Pennsylvania. It's time to clean house. But the first step we can do to clean house is get Phil Dugan in office, okay? We need to vote Phil in. Let's get some justice for Ellen Greenberg's family as well. And you know what? Kada's family can help in that. Kada's family can help in that. You guys can be rooting for this Phil Dugan. That's what you guys can do. Not black or white. Not black or white. Money is money. Money's green, and usually it's a lot of stuff comes down to the money. But bleeding injustice equals supply pressure, exactly, and that's what we need to do. We need to start working on Ellen Greenberg and getting that. But until, we're not going to get it with Krasner's office. We're not going to get answers with Krasner's leadership. The only one that we're going to have a possibility of getting this case solved is with Dugan. So if you guys care about victims of crime, you're going to be putting a vote next to Dugan's name. We've got to get these cases done. Okay. Ellen's family cannot, we've got to help them. They're fighting the system, you know. We've got to help them. At some point, we've got to go in and kick a door in and let them know we're here, because I don't think anything's going to gyrate the system other than something big. Okay? So I'm not sure what we're going to have to do with that, but we do need to get this Dugan in office. So let's worry about getting him in office, and then we'll see what we can do for this case. But Ellen Greenberg, we cannot lose focus of her case, and we've got to keep applying pressure to the politicians and the people there. We need to remove the medical examiner. Anybody that's just going to go along to get along, just so they don't have to do their job, they've got to go. Laziness and this. I don't know what we want to call it. Quid pro quo's got to go. Okay, the quid pro quo's, it's over. Okay, the status quo is no longer acceptable anymore to the American people. And I think that goes for all American people, not just Democrats or Republican. I think we're all just over it. We're ready to get our country back together. We're ready to get the violence over. So we're honing in on where he came from. I now know that he came from Dover, Delaware. This is where Keon King came from. And guys, it doesn't even look like Keon was in the area but for a year. It looks like they moved into the Philly area in 2024, folks. So we've got to go back to Dover, Delaware. Anybody from Dover, Delaware? I'm probably not, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people from Delaware are liberal, and we are anti-liberal on this channel, you know, kind of, sort of. I mean, we love good people. We just don't like shitheads, right? So even if you're a liberal and not a shithead, we like you. But Delaware, I don't know how many Dover, Delaware people we have, but if there is somebody out there in Dover, Delaware that can help me, did Keon have a hit? That's going to be my question. We need to start diving into finding out who he is and who he was in Dover. Why did they move? Did they move because he was getting himself in a lot of trouble out there? You know, were they trying to avoid what's going on here? Did his parents know how violent he was and that this was going to ultimately be his fate? You know, I'd like to know, because you know me, I don't like parents bringing these kids into the world and then sticking their head in the sand when they know their kids are violent and going down a bad road, and they do nothing to help stop them. And you know how I am. I'm pretty fair with all family. You know, it doesn't really matter. Anyways, I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys got to see a little bit into Kada Scott's story and got to learn a little more about her. She deserves to be here. She didn't deserve to be snuffed out, but there's a reason why we're here, and we're on the path to the truth. And it sounds like we're kind of making some headway in this case. It sounds like we at least now know where Keon came from, and we can start some real work, because it doesn't sound like he's from around here. All of these problems happened almost immediately as they moved into this area. So if that's the case, he had to have been this way before they left Dover, Delaware. And we need to find more information about him in Dover. So if you know of anybody in Dover, if you know Keon King, if you have any information that you would like to help this channel out with, please reach out to me, bullhornbetty@gmail.com, bullhornbetty@gmail.com. Thank you guys for taking the time to learn a little more about this case, and we will be back. Don't forget, today it's now 10 o'clock around, I think it's going to be about 12, between 12, probably 1 to 2. We will be having another live of breaking news cases on our Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories side. If you guys have not signed up for that channel, please consider doing so. Again, that's Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories. We will be on that channel around 1 o'clock today, and then we'll be back on this channel for an evening show. So if you're not watching and you have not set your bell to all, please consider doing that. If you have not been receiving your notifications from the Bullhorn Betty channel, the best way to trigger those notifications, and do it now, not while we're live because you won't be able to talk, go ahead and unsubscribe and resubscribe. Now would be a great time to do that while we're exiting this show, and we'll see you back later this evening on this channel right here. So rock it out with your coffee beans out. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And until next time, please be safe, but more importantly, kind to one another. And as you guys know, whose little paws just came running into the office? Come say hi to everybody. They want to see you. Come. Up. There she is. Say hi, everybody. It's time for me to go play ball. So, scram, folks. Scram. Okay, let's go play ball. Don't rip you ripped my cords out of my ear. Thank you. Thank you for ripping my cords. I appreciate that. Hopefully I can still hear. I don't know if she ripped them out of the machine or not. But anyways, guys, I'm going to go play with my little poopy. You guys have a great day. God bless you. This is the story of Kada Scott. We will find some new updated information for you guys to see and look at here in the near future. But God bless. We'll see you soon.